Now this, in the ancient teachings, is considered a masculine light. This, quite a bit more subtle, that was considered a feminine light. Not two different lights, but rather qualities of one singularity or continuum. Hello, my name's Dale Allen Hoffman, coming to you from Asheville, North Carolina, where I often am, the Appalachian City of Light. My birthplace in a spiritual way, not necessarily in the physical realm, which was New Jersey. This beautiful medicine here was gifted to my beautiful Magdalene, Loretta, and I by Yeshe and Lynn out at Heart of the Dove in Kansas City this past weekend with some incredible events we had there. Amazing. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about something that I've spent a lot of time on especially in the last 10 years of my teaching, since I've been doing it full time, something that's so incredibly misunderstood and something I feel is so incredibly vital. I'm often talking about ancient words, especially in relationship to the Yeshua teachings, you know, the original roots of Christianity before Christianity existed, the original Gnostic roots. In Aramaic, especially, a bit in Greek. I want to talk to you a bit about a word that has absolutely nothing to do with Jesus whatsoever, yet is almost synonymous in the modern Christian context. It's the word Lord. Lord's an interesting word. When I do my toning circles, I often ask people, where's the word Lord come from? Lord is completely, absolutely, totally disconnected from Jesus. Nothing to do whatsoever with his teachings in any way, shape, or form. What does that mean? Where does Lord come from? Occasionally people have the correct answer, which is it comes from feudalism. It comes from Old English. 9th century-ish feudalism, England. Funny how we don't even think about the fact that we spit out. I make the joke, and it's true though. I don't really use the word Lord unless I'm making a reference about how I don't use the word. So that word comes actually from the Old English word Lofward, or Lofward is the way it sounds, which is loafward. What does that sound like? It sounds like somebody that handles the bread. It meant the giver of life, or the bread giver, the one who was the bread handler, the ward. You know, there's a lot of depth in that without going too deep into it, such as lachma or manna in Aramaic, the manna that fell from heaven, which of course is not pita bread knocking them on the skull out in the desert, hello McFly, but rather that true sustenance from within, divine sustenance from within, or give us this day our daily bread. That word day actually in Aramaic, yaumana, manna, yauma would mean simply day. And actually it doesn't even really mean, there's not even a clear word for day in ancient Aramaic. It would mean a moment in time. Yaumana specifically means this present moment, and it can only mean this present moment. The mana is what bursts through as us, that living water. That's the true divine sustenance from within when we're wholly, fully ripe, open, and in this present moment. Yauma as a word is day, week, month, year. It just means, you know, in time. You say back in the day or in that year. You don't specifically mean a particular day, okay? There's not really a clear word for day in Yeshua's language of Aramaic. But that word lachma, give us this day our lachma. Lachma is that word for bread or loaf, Beit Lachem, house of bread, Bethlehem. And again, lachma means actual true divine sustenance from within, kind of like you're doing a 20-kilometer race and your gas is all out of your tank at the 18th kilometer, and then you look on the sidelines and you see your daughter that you promised you would finish the race for her, and all of a sudden it opens wide and you get that second wind and you're wide open. That's mana, that's lachma, but in the cosmic sense, so incredibly deep. Carlos Santana, when that note is just hanging in the air on guitar, that's mana, that's lachma, okay? So there's something very divine, beautiful, and sacred about that. Now, when you're saying loaf ward in that sense, it's not just meaning in the feudalist sense that the Lord, who was the guy at the top of the pyramid, of course at the bottom was the peons and the serfs aptly named, He was the guy, it was a codependent power person term. He was the guy that was the ruler. He was the one that measured out the parameters, the rules that everyone must live within in the society, on the land, etc. He was also considered the one with all the food, all the money, because he was, literally. So it's very codependent in that we need him, can't live without him, okay? Now, you go a little deeper, you go actually a little bit more into the little bit distant past. You've got Dominos from Latin, which is a cool game. It's like little black and white wood dominoes. Not funny. Dominos, dominate. What does that mean? People think dominate as an overpower, but technically, like as it says that that man was given dominion over the earth, that doesn't mean to dominate. What it actually means is dominion, which means stewardship, caretaker. So Dominos has that power, but it also has that overseer, caretaker quality to it. But before that, you've got in the Koine Greek Kyrios, which is the word for Lord there. But what's the word in Aramaic? Let's talk about that, okay? This is something that, bless their hearts, I love you, and I mean this with all beautiful sincerity, that 99% of all supposed biblical scholars, language scholars, in religious teachings, Christian experts have absolutely no clue. They have no idea about what I'm about to tell you, okay? I want to tone the word Lord for you in ancient Aramaic, okay? I'm going to tone it once so you get an idea of what that is. This is the word Lord as Yeshua was referred to, as he was referring to this, okay? And when I say this, I don't mean this manifest universe, but that which we are within, okay? Here's the word Lord in Aramaic. Maria. If you look in Greek, it's just a name. Maria. Maria's the word Lord. Why do I not use that word Lord when I'm referring to Yeshua? Why would I? You can actually even tone it, and it feels southern, like Lord. It's a lowered vibration. It's a lowered vibration. People, when we tone Maria in events, and then I say, now we're going to tone that English word Lord, people start laughing before we even tone it because they know it's going to be a farce. Do you think it's maybe slightly important to know that in his native language, the word was Maria? That you think maybe that vibration has some more importance than Lord, which is just a bastardization of a twist of all these different linguistic variants from that original sound of Maria, and it turns into Lord, which has nothing to do with the original tone. Do you think there's something important about that? I would say it's massively important. I would also say it was especially important because it represents the feminine. You put the letter mem at the end of Maria, you have Mariam or Miriam, which is the name Mary. Obviously, the Christian teachings have been controlled by misogynist men who have been in control for about 1900 years, slightly over that, okay? And that's kind of the way it is. That's why the word basileia, which is a feminine gendered term in Greek, also malkutan Aramaic, feminine gendered term, are both translated as kingdom. People often say realm. It's not realm either. It's not something physical. It's actually a state of being that lives through you. Uta, action. Ta, u is action, like ing in English. Ta is what genders it as feminine, which is that activated state of direct experience, of presence, that reflective, not something that you hold in your hand and you can buy and sell as a commodity, but rather that direct realization and experience. Now, Maria, Mar, the Mar sound is actually an ancient Sumerian and Akkadian sound, Mar. It means of the earth, with the earth, to use the earth, from the earth. As a matter of fact, I believe it was in Sumerian, it actually, and Akkadian, the sound Mar actually meant hoe or spade or something, a tool or implement that you would use to work the earth, Mar, okay? And that, of course, that Sumerian and Akkadian went into Aramaic, Hebrew, Babylonian, Egyptian, etc. It moved all over the place. That Mar sound is that bedrock of strength, the strength of the earth beneath my feet. It eventually got into the Greek, which of course we've got the god of Mars, of course, and ultimately that red rock in the sky, Mars. So go a little bit deeper here. We also have, I want to grab something slightly off camera here. We've got that Rhea or Rhea sound, Maria, Maria. Ray. Ray is an amazing sound in Aramaic. As a matter of fact, when Yeshua was speaking about being a shepherd, that word Rhea comes in the Gospel of John. Rhea means this. It means something that expands and retracts, something that expands. A shepherd, a gatherer, expanding, bringing down life for the flock, and also that which gathers together. Rhea, Rhea, Ra, Ray, Ora are all ancient Semitic sounds, mostly Sumerian. We're going back 10,000 years here. Mostly Sumerian, and they all mean an expanding light. Now, Rhea, Rhea, Ora, and Rhea all mean an expanding feminine light, meaning not a physical light like that flame that we were looking at, but rather its reflection. It's not a light, again, that you can hold in your hand, but rather a direct experience of that. So what Maria, Lord, actually meant was one who radiates that expansive feminine light, which expands forth from a bedrock of strength, from the earth, literally from the rooted earth, Maria, Maria. Do you think maybe there's some important in that rather than spitting the word Lord out as if the guy with all the power? I think it's vitally important. Short video, strong message. Let's do that Maria tone one more time, okay? Beautiful insight here. It's dusk here in the mountains, and as I say that, the leaves are starting to move. The trees are bending in the breeze. Beautiful. If you're interested in our mentoring program, it's available worldwide. You work one-on-one with Loretta and I. It includes a weekly 60 to 90-minute phone call that gets recorded, audio recorded. You get those recordings. That's where the real integration in teachings happens. This is available worldwide no matter where you are, okay? We're working with people across the earth now. So that mentoring process, we work with whatever it is that lights you up, and we go that way, and we continue to expand, and we can go as deep and wide as you'd like to. There's information on the mentorship page on my website, or you can email AramaicHealingCircle@yahoo.com. That's AramaicHealingCircle@yahoo.com, or office@DaleAllenHoffman.com. The other option, call the Aramaic Healing Circle office at 828-707-5877. Here comes the rain again. 828-707-5877. It would be my beautiful wife Loretta and my deep honor to work with you on a one-on-one basis like that. You have full access to us via text message, phone, and there's plenty of chit-chats and crossovers that happen outside of those calls. I've spent 10 years full-time on the road, not including the 26 years I've really been teaching these insights. 10 years full-time, feeling like I was planting seeds, and now my focus is on nurturing plants. I would love one of those plants to be you. Again, from this rooted fertile earth center, may all my actions flow. Amen. Namaste.